Hello everybody, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. In our last episode, we defeated the Primal Ifrit, and we were about to go brag about our accomplishment to Minfilia, so let's head over there now, using the Aetheryte ticket, because it would take forever otherwise. Oh god, what does she have left? Disciple of the Hand. Craft glamour prisms. What does this person have? Hollow Halatali. Looks like there's some bonus dungeons here. We'll have to come back for those. Oh, Tataru, hello. Swipe, how goes it? All's well here. At least on the bookkeeping front, anyway. Aw. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. Didn't Thancred say that I should go tell her, and then he comes and spoils it? My late arrival nearly cost Swipe his life. I wasn't there when the Amal-Jah took him prisoner, and I wasn't there when they served him to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle he survived, but that does not excuse the fact that he should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed him utterly, just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Swipe, it's good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, and yet part of me believes that I had no cause to fear. And now we can put aid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amal-Jah undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania of late. It's not good. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realms, primals must consume aether before they are able to maintain their presence there. And the stronger they become, the more aether they require. Now, aether exists throughout the creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated force of aether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well in the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of aether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon toward which the primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their gods become. And the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give. In order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process which you yourself were subjected to. Yet even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo, or we do not know the why of it, but those blessed with the echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a great power protects us. When you first came to us, I told you that the echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The reason is that it's all share a common trait, meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of great relief that you are safe to return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite swipe. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you may have nary a moment to yourself. What's up? Whether she intended to or not, Minfilia neglected to tell you something I think you would be best heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I am sorry to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse, but once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primals whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Swipe. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame Generals for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. Bye, Thancred. Gods forgive me, how many more lives? Louis would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Hey, we got level 37. Nice. Minfilia is wearing a wry smile. Oh? Until not so very long ago, you were one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. After that, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Ida and Papalymo that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in doing so. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. Oh no, the tabloids. We have guests, Swipe, or rather, you have guests. Beg pardons. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero in their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Malaminsa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Swipe, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Swipe's deed spread so quickly. That the immortal flames should know of his triumph. That the immortal flame should know of his triumph is to be expected. But what of the other Grand Companies? Ha! Eep! Your reputation precedes you, Master Core. 'Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learn that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adders has need for valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure to finally meet you, Master Core. My comrades speak of you in glowing esteems. A man of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we would want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength with ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lamensa to the shores of glory. Who to choose? Lady Manphilia. Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon martial and economic and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently three such organizations of Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Lamensa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a Grand Company means serving a nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which will prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonized over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day may not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet I concede that it is no small choice you face. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the three city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. As part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let's swipe hear our leader speak, then return here with his decision. We eagerly await your answer. Sir, gentlemen. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed and not best suited for the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed a great power, Swipe, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that this power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be times you wish... There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one man. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one man amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Company seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Like a radio. Eorzea is changing, Swipe, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we can achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tatru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Ooh, that was a lot of talking. Alright, Tataru. Get over here, you little gossip. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Swipe. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often. To a few too many people. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally, if necessary. Anyways, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adders, will hold the first of the 3 services. The Elder Seedseer Kanayasena will deliver her address at Miketo's Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Aldal, where Flame General Rabban Aldin will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored that there's to be a special guest. How exciting. Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Lominsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merlvib Blofhisvin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Xanthiel, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your records of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may very well change in the favor of your preferred arrival plans. Farewell. So is she basically saying I can go to whichever one I want? Then let's go to Gridania first. The amphitheater, right?
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
It's her.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelves Wood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest.
This probably would be better if I would have come during the day so she didn't look like she was telling a horror story.
Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They so beleaguered from within and without. It is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Has she?
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
I don't think she. This has not been cheery at all.
5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
A snarky, cynical girl is right.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be
Won't you
It's up
think
to
of the
us to protect
children?
the
All
forest.
the elementals!
Alright, I don't think I'm gonna choose these people. Also, those kids freak me out.
If you'll permit me, Alfie no.
Hey, Alfie.
And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The XIV are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition and wont to summon the bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the XIV ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it's broken. The Tweleswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the XIV will continue their incursion, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out if the Elder Seer words fell on fertile ground. Oh, bye. Yeah, I didn't like her speech. It wasn't very inspirational. Where's the next? Okay, let's go to Limsa Laminsa. Oh, wait, before I go. Oh, there's so many people here. But yeah, I don't have a retainer. Mario. Here to attend the Remembrance service? Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment. Thank God we made it.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride.
I like this speech immediately more than the other one.
700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say.
This kid is...
The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Gallian Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilfir's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Our guy just smacks himself.
Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
This kid is...
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Gallian Empire. Even now the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us, one bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both. And see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Long live the
That was a much better speech than the other one.
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass? I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral.
Fancy meeting you again.
Yeah, we're probably all going to all three, right? As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahuagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell underneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in Limsa Lominsa's backyard. Where's that? And that is to say, not for eternal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Wow, one more, we'll die. Is that a kangaroo? Oh, it had a little baby. Chamber of Rule. I like that the run animation is different if you have your weapon out or not. Alright, last speech. Hopefully it's a good one.
Behold,
Oh,
herself.
And Roban as well.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah!
alright, this is already the best speech.
Where since antiquity, under the sage and whereby the
Oh, no,
grace
sorry.
and glory of Nalthal, have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let
Did
us
he just
pray
claim
for our
victory in that?
absent brothers and sisters,
That's not what I saw.
that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not.
Oh, okay. So he's
And
not.
now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided.
Wow, he's just calling it out, huh?
And enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines.
This guy's great. This isn't like... He's like lecturing them and shaming them all.
Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall.
Well, she looks like she has the face of a mom watching their children get lectured by the dad. And she's like sad to like see the kid get lectured, but she knows it's like necessary.
Victory
Or maybe
and
she's just
fortune
sleepy, I don't
walk
know.
hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
The face she has.
Raoban?
Oh.
People of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you.
My wife's cat sits on my arm like that.
Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn!
I feel like this is an obvious choice at this point.
Forsooth!
The time is now!
I fancy meeting you again.
The Eldons have a long history of conflict with the Amal-Jah, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Eldons do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smoldering his flames each time he is stoked alive. But he is one of the several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. That is true, I've seen that. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amal-Jah are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Ul'dah send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such the desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be most welcome addition to their ranks. Right, this has been Philia. I hope you are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Company. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Alright, we'll go back. We made our decision. Ul'dah to me is the obvious choice. Not only that... Wait. There we go. I mean, all the other... Gridania has 2 primal problems, right? Garuda and Ramu. And Limsa has Titan and Leviathan. Ul'dah seems to only have 1 primal problem, and I just killed it, so... I'm already a hero here. Plus, Radahn's speech was way better. Oh wait, does she? If I... Was she sitting when I walked in? Could have sworn she was. Some people let fame will swell their heads, but I believe yours will remain in proportion and firmly attached to your body. That's right. Welcome back, Swipe. We the Grand Company leaders' words, were the Grand Company leaders' words as illuminating as you had hoped? Each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Swipe. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. What is with those guys?
The gods only know what Grand Company our adventurer friend will keep.
This guy is so belittling.
The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies.
She has a point there, that is true.
Though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Also true.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
I think I kind of like her. She's speaking truth.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Oh,
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
you know what I think it is? I don't think it's the words that he's saying. It's how his voice is saying them that makes me hate him so much. Like, it's so pretentious and yeah. All right, I choose you. Welcome back, adventurer. I take it General Raban's words kindled a fire within you? Yes. Excellent. I feared that the incident with the traitor may have soured your opinion of us. It gladdens me that I see that isn't the case. That is true. You guys did have a traitor. Thanks for reminding me. But before we count you as one of our own, you must formally be inducted into our ranks. Please proceed to the Hall of Flames in Aldah's merchant strip and identify yourself to the personnel officer. I will inform him of your coming. With your strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over our enemies, be they beastmen or Imperials. Aldah it is. Wait, that's Gridania. There it is. This is the merchant strip? What brings you to the Hall of Flames this day, adventurer? My name is Swat Kor. I believe you are expecting me. Ah, I thought as much. You are just the man. You are just as our man at the Waking Sands described. Oh, I see. It is an honor to meet you, sir. Now, in order to formalize your... Sir! Speak, Private. Imperial, sir, they fired on a Highwind Skyways airship. Scouts say she's coming down to the west near the horizon's edge. Bloody hells, of all times for this to happen. Right, there's no time for formalities. The Immortal Flames need your help now. We're in the midst of a large-scale operation against the Amal-Jah, and we have no one to spare in Western Thanalan. You must go get that ship before the Garleans do. If there are any survivors, see that they do not come to further harm. Now go. Yes. So it's closest. Oh, it's gonna be a battle. Oh! An adventurer, what are you doing here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. The Immortal Flame sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't have a uniform. Are you alright, sir? Our scouts reported the attack on your craft. We've come to rescue you. Swipecore, yes? Glad to have you with us. Haha. Trust me now? Aww. I have not seen a craft of this design before. The trader Garland has been busy. The secrets of Magitech are ours by right. They are not to be squandered upon the savages of this land. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineers. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. They mean to take the ship back to Castrum Meridianum, along with your friend. Wedge, you have to help him. The fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. Nice looking ship, though not the best place to have taken shelter, I agree. It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for the first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. We attack on my command. Kill them quickly and save the Lalafell if possible. Is that clear, Swipe? Yes. Show them what becomes of those who play with fire. Charge! Alright, let's do this. Everyone has swords and this person's holding a twig. Yeah, you get them with that twig. Poke them in the eyes with it. Not the brightest immortal flame. More enemies, where? I don't see them. Oh, jeez. I took threat. I'm proud of myself. Got him. Biggs. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed on the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how's she look anyways? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts, but we can defend this position until the engineers leave. You should go, Swipe. You still have unfinished business to attend to at the Hall of Flames. You're not quite one of us yet, though anyone who'd seen you in action today would be forgiven to thinking otherwise. I just wanted to say sorry, you know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously though, if it hadn't been for you and the immortal Flames lads there, we'd be chained up in the dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge. Thank you, we're very grateful. Alright, now we gotta go back to Ul'dah. And while we're teleporting, guys, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. We need to go back to the Hall of Flames. Okay, get up, up. There we go. Hall of Flames. Welcome back, Swipe. Word of your deeds in the field reached me not long ago. Exemplary service. Rest assured that the Garland Ironwork engineers are fine. They will be able to get to their vessel back to the air before the Imperial reinforcements arrive. Your willingness to assist us on such short notice is to be commended. Clearly, your reputation is well deserved. Now then, I believe we have some unfinished business. Shall we continue from where we left off and induct you into the Immortal Flames? Yes. Are you ready, Swipe? Let us begin. Swipe Core, you stand poised to enter the sacred trust, or a sacred trust. The flames of Ul'dah burn bright, casting light where there is dark and purging evil wheresoever it lurks. We're ever ready to meet the nation's enemies in battle, be they beastmen, Garleans, or worse. Oh, look at the little Lalafell. And at a word from Flame General Rabban Aldin, we will gladly lay down our lives to maintain the peace and prosperity of Ul'dah. In order to join our ranks, you must forsake all other nations. Only then may you commit yourself to the fire and be reborn as an immortal flame. Burn as one of us, Swipe Core, and together we shall chase the darkness from Ul'dah. Will you swear an oath to mark the occasion? What skills I have belong now to Ul'dah. And Ul'dah will have need of them in the days ahead. The knowledge and experience of well-traveled adventurers are valuable assets. Very well, your resolve is plain. Swipe Core, I hereby confer upon you the rank of Flame Private 3rd Class. Welcome to the Immortal Flames, Private. May you fight to the last for coin and country. Emphasis on the coin. Aww. Hello. Oh, Can you hear me, Swipe? This is Minfilia. Who else would it be? I think this is a one-way communication to you. An officer from the Immortal Flames contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Corps. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to the old ones first. Remember, though you are now a flammable Daw, you are no less a Scion. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I wish very much for you to meet. We shall be waiting. Your presence is required elsewhere. But before you leave, perhaps you could find a moment to speak with Commander Swift. He is not one to see new recruits go to the field unprepared. Okay. You may now accept the quest My Little Chocobo, Immortal Flames, by speaking with Swift. This quest must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for A Realm Reborn. Okay. Might as well do it now. We got Graham companies, supply and provisioning missions. Controller freaked out a little bit there. Swift believes you should get yourself a Chocobo. Private Corps, yes? A moment of your time, if you please. You wish to carry out your duty swiftly, do you not? Well then, perhaps you should get yourself a Chocobo. If you're interested, the Immortal Flames will furnish you with one. It's not a complex process, but it does require some paperwork. First, speak with the Quartermaster to obtain a Flame Chocobo issuance. You'll need it to exchange company seals in order to do so. Once you've received your issuance, show it to Mimigoon at the Gate of Nald. He'll be the one to furnish you with the bird. Okay. Oh, so we need 200 seals. And this gives us 300. Perfect. Oh no, I'm running out of Vesper Bay tickets. I just need to add a teleport here. Who is this? I got another company invite. What's their name? No, thank you. Generally, I make it a rule in MMOs to not join a guild if they send a blind invite. Hi, Tataru. Some people let fame swell their heads. Oh yeah, you already said that. Hey, it's Babalimo and Ida. I think this Lalafell right here is so cute. I don't know why. It's because she's got like a... It's because her one-handed sword is like as big as she is. Welcome back, Swipe. Lady Minfilia awaits with you within. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Swipe. Now, when we last spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you've met already. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Hey, it's Biggs and Wedge. Thanks again for letting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... God, spit it out, man, will you? Wedge, at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea. But I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you and fight with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Aww.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like Gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Okay.
Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Probably true.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
Huh.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us?
Yeah.
I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
I feel like there's something wrong with those two. Okay, let's go back to Ul'dah. Now that we have what we need to get a Chocobo issuance license. and then we'll go do sylph management, which from what I understand is the quest that we need to do to be able to get our job as a dragoon. So we'll complete that quest, and then in the next episode, actually let's get our chocobo, and then we'll go to the, and then we'll do the rest in the next episode. Flame chocobo issuance. That's cool armor. Soul of the Reaper. Gotta be level 70 for that. Mimi gun. Want a bird issue, do you say? Then I'll need your flame chocobo issuance. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your chocobo. And here he is. The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you want to give your noble steed a name. I know exactly what I'm going to name him. Airrock. I dare say he likes the name. Here's your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your chocobo rider's license. It is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. The Citadel of Ricks. I'm not a Rick though. I'm more of a Morty. Mount guide. Here we go. We got some mounts here. Where's our chocobo? Oh, here it is. We're gonna use Airrock because he's best boy. I don't see him. Companion? Okay. Mount/dismount. Okay, that'll work. Okay. Adder's Nest. Here we go. Look at that jump. Beautiful. We know far too little of the sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the scions once more if we are to... beg pardon. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Hail, adventurer, I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? Nope, sorry, I'm in an immortal flame. Morning, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Edon Papalimo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you question the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of an adventuring prowess. Ah, your little bird sing true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, the curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the 12-wood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, but to the delight of the elder seed seer, much of the delight of the elder seed seer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely the reason that the Sylphs' relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as it may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be any sliver of chance that the summoning of the primal may disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribe, it is a possibility we can't ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike a Ramu or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but only listen to the ones own who is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. The Sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on the tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come across Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs? This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from Wet Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as they say, Papa Limo. Hawthorne Hut, there we go. Found it. Let's see. Where? Oh, really? I can't teleport? I have to go back. Oh, bummer. Oh, and I have to pay here and then to pay go back. No, it's not. There we go. There we go. Okay. Alright guys, real quick, I will be right back. Hello everybody, I am back. Sorry about that. Alright. But we gotta speak with... Oh, I like this outfit. Looks like a Sailor Scout. What is happening here? I see. We need to go. Actually, the Lancers Guild is nearby. Oh, wait a second. We got a new quest. Eye of the Dragon? Oh, I guess we don't need to complete the quest. Maybe we did. Maybe we did complete the quest. Yuane seeks your aid in assisting an old friend. Ah, I dare say you might be the right man for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend. Sorry, I got hiccups. That to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to her ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept its gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional dragoon on patrol is about the only folk we see these days. In spite of her self-imprisoned isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor its obligations to her allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance, and who fits that description save adventurers. Secrecy being paramount, we can provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the Observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you upon arrival. I don't know where this is. Corthus? We can get there through the Black Shroud. Where? Corthus. Oh, here. Falgard Flow, okay. Can we help this person? Let's help him. All right, I think that's it. Easy peasy. Is there a Alright, there's a crystal there. Oh wait, I forgot. We got a mount. Let's go, Arok. Perfect. Actually, I'm not so sure about the... There you go. I think that looks better without the little weird legs. Leave meat. Oh, here we go. Ah, you must be the adventurer for whom Yuan sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Alberic Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The Eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth. It has been stolen, and we have reason to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we seek for your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Estinian, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Ah, you heard this true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be rest assured that a fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Griddardian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Logdanrel might have knowledge of routes off-taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I would prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from this man. We must act quickly, for you see, Estinian is... But I've already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief and the Eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estinian was clad in black armor. Now go and speak not of a word from what I've told to anyone. Got it. Routes favored by Ishgardian fugitives. Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you'd make it far. Any road, we've caught a few fleeing to the North Shroud from North Shroud with the Griddardian home being home to nearly as many Elezen as Ishgard. It is no easy task to identify outsiders. Oh, got it. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Florentel's spire in the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idristan. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. Got it. Okay, so it's wanting me to go back to the forest, but before I do that, I want to get this crystal up here. Oh, look at the sheep. Oh, he's an ornery sheep. We should make an adventurer plate. I like the snow. Oh, I keep forgetting I have a bird. Hail, adventurer. Yes, I am the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Korthus. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor? No, I recall nothing of the sort. And such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest that you return to Log Danrel and see if he has any other theories. Are you serious? Gotta go talk to the same guy. I understand that, like, this is a fairly believable order of events and tasks to do. But I mean, like, gameplay wise, sometimes you just, for convenience, you just tell the story in a different way. Oh, that guy's cute. Oh, look at him. No luck, you say? Most curious. Why, it's nigh impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Florentil Spire, which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put distance of ground between him and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. The climes of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there has been talk of curious smoke waving from the cave east of here at night. Were I you, I might begin my search there. You neglected to tell me that it looked like someone was camping out in the caves over here? Oh, Ixel. Here's a campfire. Oh! What are these? They're like baby dragons. Oh, pucks. A puck. Oh, there he is. that Ishgard would resort to sending coin-starred adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. The eye, it rouses. For another? Preposterous. For another? Our paths will cross again. You should be sure of it. A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the fury, that the eye would choose another. I had not thought it possible. In light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of a dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Drovania, on equal footing, soaring the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. The man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope of all Ishgardians and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Justinian's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye, but I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Swipe. You, who have received the power of the Dragoon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the Dragoon I bear glows in your presence, irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation, but it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. The dragon lies yet in slumber, however, and you must needs possess the means to wake it. The soul of the dragoon. The soul of the dragoon, I would entrust you with mine, Swipe. Like Justinian, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragoon. Although that power has since become lost to me, it was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet one thing is clear: none can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Justinian to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the Azure Dragoon, not less than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That a perilous road lies ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lands, I will teach you to harness the power of that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. We got jump. Yes, we're a dragoon now. Jobs. We gotta equip the stone we got. We got to rebind. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to rebind all my abilities. All right, I'm back. I got my abilities bound. Well, what little abilities I have so far. And it looks like we are high enough level to get another quest. It is pleasing to see how readily the dragon stirs within you. You show great potential, Swipe, a potential that may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Estinian is no ordinary dragoon. Even when set against the legendary Azures of ages past, the man is considered second to none. Such is his prowess. In fact, that the day he was chosen by the Eye, it was proclaimed that Haldreth the Dragon's Eye had been reborn. I may not disparage your skill, Swipe, but to pursue Estinian in your current state would be tantamount to suicide. As promised, I shall train you in the way of the Dragoon, that you might face Estinian as an equal. Before we commence, however, it is only fitting that you are edified regarding our origins. It all began a millennium past when our forebears resided in the southern plains in humble circumstances. The Fury, impressed by the spirit of our ancestors, decided it was meet that she make them her own. So did she appear before Haldreth's sire, a man of courage and integrity named Thordan. Okay. And bade him lead her people to the promised land. That what would become the great nation of Ishgard. Oh, okay. Their journey brought them to a wide chasm, whereupon Thordan and his people set to building a bridge. It was then that a dark shadow descended upon them. The great worm Nidhogg, heedless of his own safety, Thordan fearlessly charged at the colossal beast. Alas, he was pushed into the chasm by one of his own, a man seduced by the worm, and fell to his death. Taking up his slain sire's lance, Haldreth hurled himself at Nidhogg, even as tears streamed down his face. The confrontation ended when the young man, his hand guided by Halone, landed a mighty thrust that priced out Nidhogg's eye. With a terrible roar of pain, the worm took wing and fled, while jubilation reigned below. Ishgard's priceless relic is none other than the eye taken from Nidhogg that day. It is a veritable wellspring of dragon power, ever so removed from its owner. Even so removed from its owner, it can exert control over the hearts of men. Haldreth himself felt its malign influence, but his love of justice brooked no corruption, and he prevailed over the power, claiming it for his own. And so it was that the first Azure Dragoon was born. Being derived from our foe, the power of the dragon is a thing to be loathed. But as Haldreth proved to us all, so long as our hearts burn with justice, we need not fear taking in its thrall. But what is justice precisely? Justice assumes many shapes and forms, Swipe, and none can say that one is greater than another. So long as you hold fast to your beliefs and stay true to yourself, you leave no room for the power of the dragon to master you. But enough of history. Let us return our attention to the present. A knight by the name of Sir Brucemont will see you to the next stage of your training. Seek him out in Witch Drop. Okay. Alright, so they were building a bridge, and then Nidhogg attacks, and then this Thordan blindly goes and attacks Nidhogg, but before he can, one of his own kicks him off the bridge and kills him, just like that. And his mentor, or father, I think father, or sorry, his son, then attacks Nidhogg and gets his eye. Got it. I think that's what I understood. says it's down. Can I go in this hole? I can. Oh dear, there's enemies here. Guys, that was the first time I got KO'd. And I fell to my own death. Oh, it's the music. Oh, that's cute. Alright, maybe we shouldn't fall down. Is there... Oh, there's a path. Oh, we almost fell. Bruce, you just hang out here with these demons? So the adventurer seeks to become a dragoon. Ha! Sir Alberic speaks of legends and chosen ones, but I would see you prove yourself in a more practical fashion with your lance. Defend yourself. Okay. Take you all on. Oh, I keep forgetting. I've done so much content lower level than me, I keep forgetting I have a third in the combo. So I think jump will be better here. There we go. Hey, wait, that was actually close. You have some skill, I'll give you that. But the glow of your soul crystal, perhaps Sir Alberic was not wrong about you. After all, now return to him. Your training here is complete. Could you give me a ride? We're just gonna teleport because we're lazy. The soul of the dragon grows ever stronger within you, Swipe. Clearly your trial was a rousing success. I need only observe the crystal to know it was such. Yes, though you have only just begun to walk the path of the dragoon, it is clear you possess the talent to become Estinian's equal. Go forth and make the powers you have obtained your own. When the time is right, we shall proceed with your training. Total elusive jump. And a level up. Nope. Oh, adventure plate? No. Op? No. Healer? DPS? Yes. Wait, adventure? Yeah, I like adventure. Okay, we need to be level 40. And we'll learn Doomspike delivers an attack with a potency of 110 to all enemies in the straight line. Finally, an AoE ability. Thank goodness. Okay, perfect. Actually, this is exactly where I wanted it. Alright. And now it's time for us to go back to Gridania. And we'll talk to them and we'll begin this. Oh, it's drag racing outside. Alright guys, actually, oh sorry this was such a long episode. I got caught up in the Dragoon quest. But thank you guys so much for joining. I had a lot of fun. And I hope to see you in the next episode where we go see the what are they? The sprites? The Beast Tribe. And I hope to see you guys there. Bye-bye.